Hello, this is Sarah Braasch. Welcome back to my channel. So I just want to do a video about melanin theory, or I believe it's also called original DNA theory. Now, you may have heard about this recently. It's been much in the news because Nick Cannon made statements about it on his podcast, I believe. And he made statements about it and made very anti-Semitic, very racist, and anti-white statements, talking about melanin theory and original DNA theory. I believe they're pretty much one and the same. I'm not an expert on these, what are referred to as Afrocentric theories. I would refer to them as Black supremacist or African supremacist theories. But I'm not an expert, but I did a little bit of searching online to look at what the material is on these theories and what they're about. So anyway, so that's why you may have heard of it recently. It's been much in the news recently. So these are explicitly racist, anti-white, and anti-Semitic theories, and in a nutshell, they there's a range. There's different theories that are encompassed under this umbrella. But basically, these theories argue for Black supremacy over the white race and the Jewish race being encompassed by the white race, usually. These theories basically argue for Black supremacy on the basis of melanin, that the melanin content in your skin, so darker skinned peoples have DNA, that they are the original human beings with the original DNA on Earth, and that these darker skinned people are naturally superior, genetically superior, biologically superior, genetically superior to white people. And that now these theories get real fanciful really quick and delve into the area of conspiracy theories, and they get real new agey, magical, mystical, supernatural really fast. So there is an argument that Black people with darker skin have superhuman abilities, superhuman powers, magical powers. Some people say that while some people, there's a meme, I'll say, or a trend or a sort of mantra of touting the achievements of Black women and girls by calling it Black girl magic. And some people, it seems, are doing this just to say, like, yay Black girls, look at their wonderful achievements. And some people, apparently this whole meme that is quite prevalent online, and especially on social media sites, that's, for some people, it's a cover for these Black supremacy, Afrocentric conspiracy theories, the melanin theory and or original DNA theory. And so it's not merely just touting the achievements of Black girls and women, but actually ascribing those achievements to their superhuman powers, their magical powers that they've been imbued with because they are darker skinned people of African descent with the original DNA on our planet Earth. Now, for some of these theories, they go so far as to say that white people, and this is, if you're someone who watches Ancient Aliens, this will be familiar to you. I'm a longtime fan of Ancient Aliens. I like to, I think it's fun to think about, and I would love for there actually to have been ancient alien visitors to Earth, that allegedly, gave human civilizations on Earth however many millennia ago, uh, you know, science and math and, art and culture and all of that. But so anyway, it's fun to just think about. I mean, I won't say that there's no evidence for this, but, you know, probably there isn't enough evidence for this to make any substantial claims. So now, the way that this relates to melanin theory and original DNA theory is that a lot of these theorists will go so far as to say that, oh, it's true, what they say in ancient aliens is true. White people are aliens. That's why original DNA theory is called original DNA theory. White people are the alien, the evil, reptilian, and other races, alien races, the evil alien invaders to planet Earth, that they are not original to planet Earth. And that, that we're evil, we have alien DNA, and then if you watch like Ancient Aliens, or or if you go online and you watch any of like David Icke's videos, etc., they'll often talk about how the white races who are the evil alien invaders, they have negative Rh blood, but in particular O negative Rh blood, which of course is the dominant blood type of like the British royal family and the basically all of the royal families of Europe. So anyway, this is a big part of like the ancient alien astronaut theory. But anyway, this is also something that and the proponents of melanin theory, and some of the proponents of melanin theory and original DNA theory also subscribe to these ideas, these notions. So anyway, I have long joked that I'm an alien because I've been a longtime fan of Ancient Aliens, and it's just kind of a fun thing to think about. And I sure hope that there are aliens that are watching us, monitoring us, and I sure hope that they do come back now and save us, because I think we need saving. I'm not sure how much longer humanity's gonna last. I'm pretty sure we're gonna destroy ourselves. So anyway, yeah, so if you're listening, please come back and save us. Thank you very much. So anyway, I've been a longtime fan of Ancient Aliens, and I've long joked, including on social media, that I'm an alien or an alien-human hybrid, because obviously I'm white, and I have green eyes and reddish hair, and I have, which are allegedly the traits of like, the Anunnaki, or even further back, the Anunnaki were, are part of the myths of Sumer, of the Sumerians, which is often touted, even though they've discovered other seemingly more ancient archaeological sites, but obviously created by humans. But the Sumerian civilization is often touted as the first, really developed human civilization. So anyway, and the Anunnaki are the alien gods, the alien visitors that figure prominently in their myths, that were the leaders of their civilization. So anyway, so I've often joked, because I have O negative blood, Rh negative blood, but in particular O negative blood, and obviously I'm a white person and I have reddish hair and green eyes, that I've often joked that I'm an alien, or an alien human hybrid. Okay, so I already knew this, but it's something that I've been giving some thought to recently, given what happened with Nick Cannon being in the press, and his statements about melanin theory and our original DNA theory being in the press. So I am obviously I mean, if you're watching this, you probably already know who I am, but I am the purported villain of the living or napping while black incident at Yale University, but in fact, I'm the entirely innocent victim of the living or napping while black hate crime hoax at Yale University, and the Yale administration and police were complicit. Initially, I had a run-in with a man named Jean-Louis Renison, a Yale grad student, on February 24th, 2018. It was I was the person who was actually harassed that evening in my isolated Yale dorm room. But what ended up happening is that I ended up being accused of having perpetrated a racist hate crime when it was basically a non-event, by Lolata Ciambola and Jean-Louis Renison. And of course, Lolata Ciambola is the woman whom I accidentally came upon on May 8th, 2018. And she made it clear to me that she was one of the persons who had been terrorizing me in my isolated Yale dorm room for months and stalking me across campus. And so I did end up calling the non-emergency helpline of the Yale campus police, as I had been repeatedly instructed to do by the Yale administration and police over the preceding months. And the Yale administration police ended up, when the grotesque video that Ciambola took of me, which was very obviously a campaign to publicly shame me for my mental health disabilities, and she propagated it around the world. The Yale administration and police, I believe that they were always complicit and may have even instructed her and Renison, but they then subsequently led a global vilification and defamation campaign against me and told the most disgusting lies about me, even though they knew that I was completely innocent, and had done absolutely nothing wrong. So anyway, so the reason why I just gave you that quick nutshell version of what happened to me, my life's been in complete and utter hell since then, a hellish nightmare since then. But anyway, the reason why I gave you that quick breakdown is that Lolata Ciambola runs an explicitly anti-white and anti-Semitic racist website, and she is a proponent of, I'll say she's explicitly mentions original DNA theory. I believe that she probably also mentions melanin theory as well. I believe that they're more or less one and the same thing. And it's definitely, she makes a lot of anti-Semitic and anti-white racist statements. So I just thought that, in light of what Nick Cannon had said, and him being in the press, and melanin theory being in the press, and original DNA theory being in the press, I just found this interesting. And I almost wonder, of course, the entire Yale student body, had been, targeting me for years on the Yale campus for being unwoke, and then also for daring to be, they regarded me as a crazy old poor white trash interloper, and I had dared to win my spot at Yale based on extraordinary merit alone, and I had also achieved great success there. So this didn't sit well with them, and then I dared to be a civil libertarian and be unwoke and express unwoke views and actually stand up for the federal civil rights of an evangelical black man at Yale. So I had been harassed by the Yale student body and the Yale administration for years on Yale's campus, and targeted for years on Yale's campus. But now I wonder, and then of course, after, everything exploded in May 2018, and I was being, burning grotesque effigy around the world as this genocidal villain who lynches black students at Yale, the entire Yale student body just had a heyday, publishing the most grotesque, defamatory op-eds in the Yale Daily News, and had a heyday online on social media, defaming me and destroying my life and career and trying to get me killed and drive me to suicide. And in the Yale administration's ridiculous farce of a Title VI review report, which was an exercise in how to destroy an innocent person's life. They, they never spoke with me, but they relied heavily on this letter that was written by the Yale graduate and professional students, the Black Yale graduate and professional students, and also I believe the Yale Black Men's Union, student union. So I almost wonder if, but it wasn't just obviously the Black student groups on campus that attacked me. It was the entire student body and student government. Lolata Siambola had never been part of student government, but in fall 2018, she joined the Yale Graduate Student Assembly, and they started, and this was in the Yale Daily News, they started a committee that had the express purpose of destroying my lifelong human and civil rights academic and legal careers and ousting me from campus and getting me killed and driving me to suicide. It was insane what they did to me. It was really, really crazy. So anyway, all of this, knowing all of this would happen to me, and knowing now, I can't bear myself to go to Lolata Siambola's website, but I know that it still exists, and all of her anti-Semitic and anti-white racist statements still exist and are still on there. It just makes me wonder if I was being targeted because of the adherence to melanin theory and original DNA theory. And it makes me wonder if, she had a delusional, obsessive personal vendetta against me, Lolata Siambola. It makes me wonder if she scoured my social media account. It makes me wonder if she knew I had made jokes about being an alien. It makes me wonder, how prevalent melanin theory and or original DNA theory is on Yale's campus, within student government, within the Yale student groups, within the minority culture and cultural centers, within the Black student groups at Yale, within all of student government, within the entire student body. It makes me wonder how prevalent this melanin theory and or original DNA theory is, which Lolata Siambola obviously subscribes to. And it makes me wonder if that is part of the reason I was targeted, and if that was part of the reason why they perpetrated this hate crime hoax against me and perpetrated this global vilification and defamation campaign against me. I wonder if it's not just about being this perceived as this crazy old poor white trash interloper who dared to be an unwoke civil libertarian and express unwoke thoughts, and who dared to achieve great success via extraordinary merit alone. And I wonder if I was being targeted because of their adherence to melanin theory or original DNA theory. It just makes me wonder. I don't know. It does make me wonder if that played a role. Makes me wonder if that played a role. It makes me wonder how many of the diversity and equity and inclusion deans within the Yale administration also adhere to melanin theory and original DNA theory. And it makes me wonder if that played a role in why they formed a mob against me and decided to brand me a racist publicly and destroy my human and civil rights career and, require me to endure Maoist struggle sessions because they were furious that I dared to be unwoke and white. It makes me wonder. I really wonder now if that's the case. Anyway, so I will have my PayPal me and GoFundMe links below. Please donate to my legal fund. Please support me as I continue to fight for justice and to get the truth out about the hate crime hoax at Yale. We are going to restore civil liberties, including free speech and due process at Yale and on campuses across the U.S. and everywhere, I promise you. Okay, have a great night. Good night, everybody.